So hello to the Colombia team, Colombia June team, all very exciting, and your departure is pretty imminent. Okay, so the purpose of this Zoom meeting is to get you organized, get your expectations aligned for your forthcoming adventure, so there are no surprises and that you get on that aeroplane feeling in control. Okay, so during the course of the next 20-30 minutes, I'm going to rattle through your flight and that accommodation in Bogota, your itinerary, money, phones, kit list, personal admin, health and safety. Okay, are you ready? So at each stage, please, will you just ask questions? Yeah, please be interactive, stick your hand up, get my attention, whatever it takes, and we will get everything covered. So let's start with your flights. Okay, I was just looking, I'm going to move you all over there to get the flight template up. Okay, so on the 2nd, no, you're all flying out on the 3rd of June. Most of you are on the Iberia or Avianca flight, which gets in at 8 p.m, 8:30. Okay, that is easy. So talking to you guys and Olivia coming on the American Airlines on the 3rd. Okay, so I'm talking, actually, this is to you all, apart from Sam. Okay, so all of you will arrive at Bogota Airport and you're to go up to the 2nd floor and you're going to get on the Marriott Courtyard shuttle bus, which goes every half an hour. Okay, that is what you're going to ask for when you get to Bogota. And it goes every half an hour up till midnight. If you arrive after midnight, then just get a taxi that can take you there, or call, ahead of the game, if you realize you're going to get stuck in Madrid and your flight's delayed, and they will come out and get you. So it should be very, very simple. And then the next day, you will get the shuttle bus to go back to the airport in time for that internal flight. Okay, now, Sam, I'm looking at you're not here today, but this is, hopefully you'll watch this recording. I've got you arriving at 3:30 a.m. Okay, is that correct? I don't know where you're coming from on an Avianca flight. Okay, so you're going to arrive at 3:30 a.m. I'm just wondering, it might just be sensible for you just to stay at the airport, just kind of get your head down on a chair, sleep, before you move to the internal airport. You can take a view, I don't mind whether you want to go to the hotel and have a shower and then come back, up to you. But with you all here, Ed, have you all organized your hotel room in Bogota for that night? Ed, have you done it? In fact, wait, I'm going to take a list. Yep, you've done it. Are you sharing a room with anyone, or are you on your own?
My parents booked a joint room, so I don't know.
Okay, so you've just booked, you're sorted. Okay.
Yeah.
Lisa, how about you?
It's Liza.
Sorry.
And I think Arabella and I are supposed to share a room.
Okay. Kit, you're just holding fire, aren't you?
No, I haven't booked a hotel room, and my flight arrives at 7 p.m, not 8.
Okay, what flight are you on?
I'm on a Lufthansa one that goes via Frankfurt.
Okay. So Kit, do you want to maybe share a room with Eddie? If Eddie's got a double room, do you want to do that?
I don't mind, quite honestly. I genuinely, I don't mind.
Or, share the cost? I don't know. Or will you just, I will do a joint email and you can just talk amongst yourselves. Yep. Taylor, how about you?
I haven't booked a room yet. I think I was supposed to be sharing with someone, but I haven't booked anything yet.
Righto. Okay.
Sorry, not helpful at all.
No. It is helpful. It's good. Okay. And B, what about you?
Sorry, I'm sharing with Olivia and she told me that she'd booked it.
Brilliant. Okay, so you girls are all organised. Isn't that strange? Anyway, right, boys, we'll get you all organised. I'm going to send you a link, an email, so you could communicate with each other. Okie dokes, easy. The following morning, when you get back to the airport, you have to go to the internal airport. Now, please don't panic if that flight is suddenly cancelled, because there's about 2 or 3 flights that day. So the last group had a kind of thought, oh my God, this flight has suddenly been cancelled. Lo and behold, 5 minutes later, it came back on. So ask questions when you're there. When you get to your final destination, you will meet one of our guides. I don't know who will be picking you up, but you will be picked up and taken up to Barry Archer, to your new home for the next 2.5 weeks. That's where you'll meet Brendan, who is our amazing man on the ground, who you will absolutely love. He's got some great stories about, the kind of part of Colombia, which, parents don't want to hear about. But, great stories. So pick his brains. He's a really good entertainer and you will just love him. So that is your arrival and airport admin. One of the things that you have got to do with the airport admin is fill in a form before you go. We will send you that link a couple of days before. If I send it to you now, it will only get lost. Okay. Now, the other thing, which is absolutely critical, if any of you get COVID within the 14 days pre-departure, okay, do not go and get it officially tested. By all means, test it with a home kit and let us know, okay? And then I'll explain what you need to do. But if you have on your end, because you have to print off your COVID certificates, vaccination certificates, and if you have got that you've had COVID in the last 14 days prior to departure, then you're not allowed in, okay? So just be mindful and call us if you suddenly get struck down. But I think it's a thing of the past, isn't it? Hopefully. Okay, that is that. Okay, moving on to your itinerary. Okay, you've got 4 weeks. The first 2.5 weeks are based in Barry Archer, which is what we call in the Canyonlands, really kind of in the middle of Colombia, really off the beaten track. And this is where you are going to come across genuine, authentic, beautiful, gorgeous Colombian culture. Barry Archer is is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's absolutely beautiful. You've got little winding streets. The people there still wearing their fantastic Colombian hats. So don't worry about taking hats, because you will be buying many out there. They are all fabulous, kind of all shapes and sizes. There's great shopping in Barry Archer for that type of thing. Great cafes, great restaurants. It's a really lovely, lovely scene. And you very much become part of the party. It's not on the tourist trail at all. So you are kind of Brendan's extended family. He's loved in this little small town. So you will just be greeted with open arms from everyone. So it has a lovely vibe to it. The hostel is your home, and we take over this whole hostel. So I shouldn't really use the word hostel, because it's just your home. It's got great staff there. It's very stylish, very beautiful, pretty twinkly lights in the courtyard where you have all your food, your Spanish lessons, your salsa dancing lessons, you name it. Brenda will be throwing all these activities at you. Suppers are not included because there are so many little kind of cafes and restaurants dotted around for you to go and explore that it's just much more fun. It's just more fun to do that. So that's what everybody does. At the weekends, it is very easy to catch the bus and to go into the larger town, more touristy town called San Gil. And San Gil is where you've got the white water rafting, the bungee jumping, God forbid, and all kind of, you name it, all sorts of wild and wonderful adventure activities. So very often the kind of first, the kind of middle weekends and second weekend, you could go up there for the day, for the night. It will all unfold. Okay, so the first 2.5 weeks are here. Now, while you're here, you are going to be doing loads of different things, all interwoven together. For example, every day you'll be having some form of Spanish lesson, and it's not a kind of school Spanish lesson kind of vibe. It's so that you can get around and communicate with everybody locally. So it's very informative, very conversational based. You will go on lots of gentle hikes, to explore the old Spanish trails that used to go through, the Spanish trading trails, connecting all the other amazing kind of little villages tucked in and around the canyons. So you will do a lot of that. And while you're there, you're volunteering angle. Now, each group kind of, you can have a kind of hands up saying, oh, we love that, please can we do more of it? Because you do work with the local fire brigade. I know it sounds random, doesn't it? But they are a great group of farming who have got this reforestation project, and the group before, they completed the nursery, and now you've got to move that out and do all the planting. So you're working beside the farmer, but you go and meet the local farmers, get these plants planted, and so you really get involved with local life. At the same time, there's a school aspect, renovating the school, but playing with the kids, teaching football, rugby. They love rugby out there. If any of you boys have got old rugby balls, gum guards, anything like that, slip them in your bag, okay? And because Brendan he looks after one of the local rugby teams. I think it's like the under 10s. He might try and tell you it's the under 16s, and he's very important, but I think it's the small kids. So he's very much involved with that. So you can get involved with that. So that's week 1 and week 2. And then the first half of the third week, you've been doing gentle hikes, and then you do the big canyon hike, which is an overnight canyon hike. This is a tough gig, okay? It is steep. You go right down into the canyons. You sleep overnight. There's down there next to the river in hammocks. It's absolutely beautiful. And then you have to climb out the next day. It is taxing. It's gritty, but it is so beautiful. You have got to do it. The scenery there, I know you're probably not interested in seeing, but it will impress you. Just telling you, it will make you have that wow moment. Okay. Then when you've done that trek, you come back to Barry Archer, so you say goodbye to everyone, you finish off everything, and then you're on the overnight bus, which is going to take you north to the Caribbean coast. You will get there for kind of Thursday, Friday, have a couple of days of downtime at the beach at Palomino in preparation for the big challenge of the Lost City trek, which is 3 nights, 4 days. Okay, this is included, and this is probably the big highlight of the trip. Now, a few of the kids on the last trip decided not to do it, which was really disappointing. So I really don't want that to happen again. And I don't know why they didn't do it. Let's not focus on why they didn't do it. They didn't, but it was just showed really kind of bad teamwork, and I got really baity. So please do it and commit to it, because, you are going out as a team, and you really don't want to miss this. It's really spectacular, but I do appreciate that it is hard work, and it is going to be gritty to get up there. But my God, the sense of achievement when you have done it is fabulous. After that, the Lost City, then you get ported all the way down through Santa Marta to Cartagena. Cartagena is the kind of end point of the trip. And this is the kind of very cool, chic Cartagena, which people travel all over the world. It's kind of the Ibiza of Colombia. So it is very, very cool and trendy. And from here, you will finish your trip. Okay, now some of you will have to go straight back to Bogota to fly home. Some of you will be flying on to, I don't know where you're flying on to, or if you haven't decided that yet, and plans will change, which is easy to do. So don't worry. And we are very used to onward travel plans changing 1,000,001 times. So that is all very easy to navigate. Okay, so any questions about your itinerary so far? Any questions? No? All good? Okay. The next thing I just want to discuss then is the money, okay? Money, extra costs, how to kind of budget for. I would be budgeting, everybody kind of said in the last trip that they spent about an average about $100, $120 per week on suppers out, fiddling about. But on top of that, it all depends if you want to go bungee jumping, if you want to go white water rafting. And I have uploaded to your Miley your itinerary and details of which I've listed the kind of typical costs for those types of things. I think a bungee jump is $85. White water rafting is about $40-ish. So those are kind of extras, okay, to think about.
But not to worry that they're not really chatting. It's more
money, don't try and get the local currency out before you get there. You will get that out in Colombia. When you get to Barriacha, there's ATMs there, making it super easy. Paying for things, you can pay on a debit card, Revolut card, Starling, Monzo cards, all very easy to do.
I'll do that now.
And it's not that expensive. Phones, please take out 2 phones. The post to Colombia is absolutely hopeless, and you can't easily just go out and buy a new iPhone. So take 2 phones, okay? One as a backup. You'd be based in every group, someone breaks, drops, smashes their phone. So that is good. There's Wi-Fi everywhere, apart from when you're on the Lost City trek. Okay, so again, very easy to communicate with home, very easy to communicate with your friends.
Okay, not to worry.
Next on the list is kit. Now, everything on the kit list in your MyLeap area is there for a reason. People always say, do we really need water shoes? They're optional, okay? It depends on when you're on the canyon trek, everybody goes and swims in the river. When you're on the Lost City trek, everyone swims in the river. Some people get kind of weird about swimming in the river and don't like kind of standing on kind of weird and wonderful things that they can't see. So that's why you need water shoes. Other than that, you really don't. Okay, so that's a personal choice. But everything else on that list, please take with you. Okay, a sensible day rucksack of about 25 litres is really, really crucial. Okay, don't take your old school satchel, for every day. That's utterly hopeless. Kit, you got a question?
Yeah, I just had a question about the walking shoes for the
Oh, yeah.
treks. Would you need walking boots, or I have like these sort of walking trainers. I don't know kind of how to describe them. They don't have ankle support. Is that all right?
Perfect. That's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one thing about the money. Is it easier to transfer from dollars to Colombian pesos than pounds into Colombian pesos?
Say that again. You went funny halfway through the question.
Is it easier to transfer money into the local currency from dollars or pounds?
It won't make any difference.
All right, thank you.
No, don't worry about that. I would probably, going back onto the money, I would probably take all of you have $100 cash on you in your money belt for emergencies. That's always a really good, solid background, thing to have Oh, can you hear that? This is our builders. They're going again to drive me demented. Have $100 cash on you, because you can pay for certain things in dollars, but get the local currency out when you're there from the ATMs, and try and pay in the local currency because you'll get a better rate.
And finally, sleeping. Do you need a sleeping bag, like a lightweight one, or does it get cold? I don't actually know. Does it get cold at night, or?
You don't need a sleeping bag, no.
Thank you.
I'm saying that off the top of my head without looking at the MyLeap, but I don't think you do. If it's in the MyLeap, you do need one. If it's not in the MyLeap, you don't need one. I haven't looked at the kit list just recently, but I don't think you do. Okay. Good. Okay. Health and safety and just keeping yourself kind of well. The main issue that people suffer from in Colombia are dehydration, especially when you're doing the canyon trek and the Lost City trek. So please take some rehydration salts you can pick up from Boots. I know they're absolutely disgusting, but Holland and Barrett do a really nice one, which is like a redoxin, which you drop in water, and take one a day. So dehydration can make you feel really, really ill. So if you suddenly wake up one morning and you've got aching joints, a headache, you've been sick, or you've got diarrhea, it can often, you know, you might think, oh my God, I got COVID. No, you haven't. You've probably got dehydration. And that really does hit people in the first week. A dodgy tummy too. So take medical stuff to really look after dehydration, a dodgy stomach, headaches, and, you know, mosquito bites, keeping them clean. So Sudocrem, Savlon, that type of thing. Okay. Those are your key things. Antihistamines also is a really good top tip to take, because some people do get bitten by weird and wonderful things and can have an allergic reaction to it. So, but the hospitals and private hospitals in Colombia are extremely good. You've got pharmacies in Bariacha where you can get most things. So, you know, don't worry about that, but just stick your hand up if you're not feeling 100%. And if any mosquito bites are looking infected, just get someone to look at it, okay? Because they don't often heal that easily by themselves, especially when you're at the coast, which is hot and humid. Okay, so I'm just going to ask the girls on an admin point of view, is there anything you need from the team? Okay. Alex McCulloch's personal details, could you fill them in, please? Yeah, in your MyLeap. Anything else? Flights?
Program payments.
Program payments.
They haven't already.
If they haven't already, there's a couple outstanding. Kit, we need your flight details. Alex, we need your flight details. This is the girls rattling off the, you know, they like to have a very tidy, complete Google doc by the time you go. So they will be nagging you. Please just answer and do what they ask so that we can all rest comfortably knowing that you are all suitably organized. Okay, so does anybody have any questions for me? Yes. Go, Amy. None.
So I just wanted to circle back on what Kit was asking about a sleeping bag, because there was on the list, it said a sleeping bag liner or a lightweight sleeping bag. So I just wanted to understand, when they are in the hostel or traveling, are there sheets? Are there pillows? Should they bring a pillow? What's the sleeping situation? And on top of that, where are they staying in Cartagena?
Okay, so in the hostels, when you are in a hostel, you will always have sheets and pillows. Okay, so, and in Cartagena, you'll be staying in a lovely little hostel there in Old Town. Sheets and pillows will all be provided. So I'm pleased you mentioned this, Amy. So when you are doing the canyon trek and the Lost City trek, okay, sheets and pillows will not be provided. So that's why you need to bring a sleeping liner of sorts, but it is hot. So you don't need a sleeping bag. What I highly recommend you take, which you're going to think is bizarre, but let me tell you, it's brilliant, is a single duvet cover. Does that make sense? Yeah, because it's really wide and spacious, and you can climb in. You've all got them lurking at home. They cost, cost effective, and actually that does the job beautifully.
Got it. Also, are there laundry facilities, or are they, what's happening with
Laundry facilities are there. So when you're in Barry Archer in the hostel, they will do your laundry, and it probably budget about $5 to do a big load.
They'll do it for them?
Yes,
Nice.
I know, they're spoiled. Or you could just wash your pants while you're having a shower and then hang them up on the line. Okay. When you're on the move at places like when you go to the coast, you would have to find a laundrette to get your clothes sorted, or again, you just wash them in the shower and sling them on the line. All hostels, you have washing lines and washing facilities, not machines, but kind of hand washing facilities where you can do all of that. Can I just also, going back onto kit, talking about your luggage, okay, this often crops up. So Kit brilliantly mentioned the shoes. Trekking shoes are perfect. If you're wanting to know what we're really talking about, if you looked at the Salomon speed cross style shoes, they've just got a grippy sole, because when you are doing the canyon trek and the Lost City trek, the terrain can be slippy. So you want something with a grippy sole. You don't need the ankle support, but the grippy sole is really important. Then moving back onto the luggage, the day pack, 25 litre day pack is really good, because you will be carrying that yourself with your water bottle, hat, mosquito lotion, so make sure that is comfortable on your shoulders. Your main rucksack, your main bag. Now, it doesn't need to be an official kind of DOV style rucksack. If you've got one, great. But if you absolutely hate them, like my children, Algappers too, and they hate those rucksacks. So they take kind of soft duffel bags, which are really easy to kind of sling around, happily get strapped onto the roof of a minibus, kind of malleable, but they're just, easy, got a big kind of top loading zip, so you can access everything easily inside. A good, going kind of into more detail, getting packing cubes to keep all your clothes separate. So you've got your kind of smellies, your pants, your t-shirts, your dirties, all in kind of different bags, is also efficient packing. Okay, so that's just, I've digressed onto packing. Anybody else got any questions of any sorts right now? Because as far as I think, we have covered most things.
I just have one,
you again.
Yeah, so it's just about mosquitoes. Do we need malaria pills?
No.
Okay, and do we need a mosquito net of any sort? And
Is
what
it
type?
on? I don't think so. Is it on the kit list?
It is on the kit list.
Well, then you need it. Then you need it.
It's not clear what type it is, though.
Just get a very, very cheap and cheerful one that you can tie on the ceiling.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I missed, what was that?
A mosquito net.
Mosquito net.
They're just literally, do not get anything highbrow or technical. Just get something cheap and cheerful from Amazon, which is probably the most common type is the pyramid style with one attachment, which in every place you would attach it to the roof. Okie dokes. Any other questions? Kit? Okay, right. So I'm going to love you and leave you. give us a call if you've got any questions pre-departure. But you are in for a fantastic treat. Boys, we will get you organized with your hotel accommodation on night 1. And, well, have fun. Send my love to Colombia. Okay, over and out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.